Alright, y'all. Here on a service call. Basically, this guy has a breaker going out to a shed in his backyard. I can't remember the size, but it's tripping intermittently, not instantly. So I already been here once and just looked in the little sub panel on the shed. The neutrals and grounds were not separated in that sub panel, so probably not the problem, but maybe it is. We're going to go ahead and separate those up. We're going to take off the feeders from both sides, and we're going to go ahead and do an insulation test on those and see if we see anything. Let's do it. So the inside breaker, the one in the garage, keeps tripping intermittently though, and it takes some time. So this sub panel doesn't have a separate ground bar between the neutral and the grounds, so I'm going to go ahead and start there. I'm going to separate that, take off my feeders, and then we're going to go ahead and put the megger on them. I got to disconnect them on both sides, of course. We'll put the megger on it and test the insulation on those conductors and see what we see. Okay, so that's in. There's a bunch of these stink bugs in here, so I'm going to also just kind of look at all this bus bar. Yeah. Look in here. I don't know. Maybe these guys are causing a little issue here. Let's clean this thing up. Yeah, so here we have 50 amp dripped. Let's turn it off. Okay, we got these all taken off and taped up because we're gonna go apply our voltage with the megger on the other side. So let's go. All right, guys, so this bare ground goes to a ground rod outside. So effectively I'm testing insulation to earth, insulation resistance to earth. So let's go and I'll show you what we're reading here. So this is the black leg, megger connected there, set on 500. We'll go and click test here. And you can see essentially there's no resistance to ground, 0.05 mega ohms, and it's got that little meter at the top that's empty. That's how many volts are being applied. It won't even go higher because of how low the resistance is. So let's let go. We'll let it discharge. And I'll show you what it would look like if the insulation was good. So I'm going to go to this neutral conductor here to earth. And we're clicking test. And you can see on there, it's getting almost the full 600, or excuse me, over the 500 volts it's supposed to apply. And it's reading 4,000 mega ohms, which is the highest possible. That's why it stops at that number, and you see that meter full. So what that means is this conductor, somewhere along this run from here to the home, the insulation's been compromised. All right, guys, got the ground bar added and separated, neutrals and grounds landed back in, the breakers back on. The feeders I just left off because they're no good. And we'll clean the panel out. Shout out Palmer Electrical. I like that little touch. All right, y'all. So, intermittently tripping breaker in a sub panel. Well, that feeds a sub panel in a shed. Turns out that the cable assembly, which is some direct burial triplex. It's not a triplex. I don't know where the guy got it from, but anyways, you got some direct burial 4-wire, not UF. And the wire's compromised somewhere along that run, so it's in a way where it's only tripping intermittently, but both legs, black and red, were not good to ground. Their resistance to ground was not good, so we couldn't even just use one leg, unfortunately, to get him up and running because the loads are minimal out there. It's a couple cameras really at this point, so unfortunately if he wants power out there, it's gonna have to get refed. See you on the next one.